everyone, welcome to Navigating New Earth with Captain Kerry. La la la. And here is something a little bit different because I have my little baby here visiting from Malaysia and for 2 weeks, and we've had a weird 4 days. So she arrived on Monday and it was a bit dark over here in All Blighty. And today it just feels a bit brighter. So we thought we would. I just wanted to record this, obviously, bit of an insight into who I am, right, through my offspring.
My existing.
And, the accent that you're about to hear is the result of a international school in Malaysia, education. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so this is Imogen.
Hi. I think you'll probably hear her call me Imo more than Imogen, so keep that in mind.
Imo, Imsy,
Yeah.
Mims. Anyway, so we are pretty close.
Oh yeah.
And we've been through the whole 2020 um 4 years or whatever it's been now together. And it's been a bit of a journey. So rather than like talking the whole journey through, I'm just gonna ask some random questions.
Go ahead, Queen.
All right. And I'm just gonna pluck them out of the air and challenge as much as we can this young star seed. Which leads me into my first question. Nicely. When did you first hear the term starseed?
I think it was either, because I don't remember the exact moment, but it was definitely during the phase of my life where you started getting into all of that. So remember the time that we had that full moon meditation, pink moon, with all the women on the top floor? It was sometime between there and when I met Mira, which is a long span of time because that's when I was,
Mira's her bestie.
yeah.
Hi, Mira.
Hi, Mira.
Because no doubt you're going to watch this. We love you.
When I was 15 to when I was 17. Somewhere in there, I heard the term. I don't really think I thought much of it, but the one day when I like fully was like, shit, maybe this is true, I was watching a sunset, top floor dad's house. And I saw this one star, bright sky, but I saw this one star, and I was like, I don't know how I had already been taught about like Sirius and stuff, but in the back of my head, I was like, yeah, it's home. And then I looked on my phone on this app that I have, and it was like Sirius, B specifically.
Ooh.
And I was like, fuck. And I started crying. Sorry, can I swear? I started crying because I was like, I don't know, I just felt like this connection and this like sense of all of these different energies and people just like holding me. And then I went back into my room and I started Googling everything about it and star seeds and everything and all of the things. I was like, it's me. But I don't know. To me, I didn't really care so much about what the internet said about it. It was more just like, I had this experience looking at it. I have this inner knowing. Whatever else is said, I don't really care. But if it matches up, it matches up.
Because like the first time I heard it was with Diana.
No, I like it.
Do you remember when I did that?
Diana?
Remember Diana
I didn't
Healy?
realize it was that long ago.
Yes, that was in like 2010.
Yeah.
And Diana said to me, "You're a light worker."
Yeah.
In her Australian, and I was like, what? She's like, a star seed. It's like, what? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, no.
And it feels so fake as well. And then like in 2020, this information started coming out, right? About
Yeah.
star seeds and stuff, right? And ascension and the great awakening.
Sing it,
And here we are.
yeah.
Now going, okay, next question. Where do you feel you are in your own ascension journey? That sounded like an AI thing then.
No. I think that from past life readings that I've gotten and my own understanding of my past lives, they haven't been the best. I haven't really acted the best way or done the best things, which I don't think is something to like beat myself up for or hate myself for because I think that's silly. Like it's in the past. Now I have the knowledge to not follow those specific paths. But I think that in order to overcome those and choose a path in this life that A resonated, B allowed me to fully be my best self, C allowed me to fully like understand this world and what's happening. The foundation that I wanted to set myself up for in this life, and what I think I'm starting to understand now as I go off to university, is more of like the self-love, which doesn't really mean self-love, but it's just like, who am I? And I also think this phase in your life is all about who you are and what you like and what you don't like and the way that you want to go. But I think having the spiritual background that I do, it's been great for like fully just accepting myself. And I think that it's been great because I've always had a very high level of self-acceptance, even though I didn't necessarily like myself. I still did have like an inner confidence that could be brought out. But now I feel like it's the deeper, like darker aspects of myself.
Darker.
Sorry.
Darker, darling.
Darker. The
Darker.
darker aspects of myself that I'm just looking at and I'm like, you don't scare me. See you, love
Ooh.
you, it's fine.
Don't scare me. You do not scare me. Don't you think that's like
Well,
the point we have to all get
yeah,
to?
I don't think that anything should scare you because, like, I think the worst in this
Except
3D.
the weather.
No, girl, let me finish. The worst that can happen to you in this 3D world. The worst that can happen to you, thank you, in this 3D world is what? You die. Scary. Oh no. I've lost this life that
And what is
maybe,
death?
but you've lost this life that maybe you don't like so much. And then what happens? And I think that that's the question. And all, like, this life should set you up for a better
Well, that was the whole
everything
original
else.
point, actually, that when you die, you choose when you're going to die, and you set up the ceremony, and you exit your vessel, knowing that you're going to be just going back to the whole
But the vessel
consciousness
should
of
be great
everything
too.
you.
I think that once, like, the reason that I tried to, like, reiterate, I'm having a stroke all the time.
It's so
The
reflects.
thing that I wanted to reiterate with the way that I phrased what I just said was the fact that, like, this life should also be good and happy and matter just as much as just as much as whatever else is happening. Because regardless, you're the one experiencing it. And if you're experiencing it right, you should be experiencing it fully. It's a good message to everyone ever. But whether it's here or the heaven or the 12D, 8D, 1D, whatever, experience it fully, but you should enjoy it. That's what I think.
Well, the joy word is important. And I think because I've been reading the Joseph books again, right?
Mhm.
And it's about how those of us that are here on a mission, the mission is to put as much joy into the
Yeah.
field to counteract the negativity. That's how we win. It's not even about like what you do or how you do it, as long as you enjoy as much as you
Mhm.
can be, right? And
No, I
so
agree.
if that's your mission, then it's like, okay, what do I do to be in joy? And but so few people are able to get into joy. But then again, having said that, anyone can be in joy at any time in their own space, right?
I mean, yes, but the thing is, like, getting into that joy is the hardest thing. It's like the best analogy that I've ever found for it is like, let's say you have the thought, I want to go on a run. Who likes running? Until you put on the shoes and put on the clothes and you step outside your house and you embark on the road. That is when the hardest part of that entire journey is done. Because if you've had the thought, I want to go on a run,
Yeah, but the minute you get the thought, you get the resistance, and then you've got to just overcome the resistance,
yeah,
and then it goes away. But
but
it's like such a short time, but it's a lot of resistance.
have some self-respect to get over that resistance.
Mhm.
Like you will always have resistance to anything, positive or negative, whether it's the positivity in you resisting the negative or the negative in you resisting the
No, I know,
positive.
but I think what's happened as our polarity has skewed more and more to the negative, it's like the resistance has got bigger
Yeah,
and harder and
but
stronger. So it's harder to resist. It's like,
is
oh my
that
God,
your
it's like,
resistance or is that the world's resistance?
well, it's the collective resistance, but
Okay,
it's
but
like,
ultimately,
mm,
the collective is amazing and wonderful, and you should give positivity into that. But
no, we're supposed to be counteracting because it's
but
currently overbalanced with negative
I know, but
thoughts.
when you counteract your own negativity, you're doing that for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
So why not work on what works for you and ultimately impacts you directly versus I'll be like, oh, Sally, who lives in that house 10 miles down the road, has this problem and I'm gonna work through it for her. When meanwhile, I have the same thing or the same lesson or the same or even different thing to work through, that when I work through it is going to make me be able to spread more positivity, joy, and understanding. And also, therefore, because I'm working on my own stuff, lighten the load for Sally.
And you just said, which is true, you can only do your own work. You can't do
Yeah.
someone else's work because you're
No.
not them.
You can't love someone else, you can't hate someone else. Like, of course, you have your own feelings, but ultimately, what you feel towards them is what you feel towards yourself.
It's got to be you.
It's always
It's
gotta
gotta
be you.
It's gotta be you,
No,
mate. It's
you
gotta be you.
literally like, you know that horrible thing that people say where it's like, imagine that you're the only person that exists and everyone else is like a simulation. Fuck that, because that's horrible and disgusting, and why would you ever say that? But also, in a way, not a bad way to see things sometimes.
Well, it's kind of the truth of where we're at.
Yeah, because you're the only person who's gonna love you. You're the only person who's gonna validate you. You're the only person who's gonna care for
But
you.
you're the only person that fully knows you
Exactly.
and God. And so ultimately, if you have a relationship with anyone, it's with your higher self, creator.
It's not with your higher self, it's with yourself.
No, but it's the higher aspect of you because we've got
Yeah.
the ego 3D avatar suit thing, right? That we're
The
wearing.
ego is honestly the hardest thing to think about overcoming, but the easiest thing to actually tell the frick off.
Interesting today, somebody referred to it as a water suit, not a meat suit. Because we're
Yeah.
90 something, whatever
We
percent
are
water.
water. You need
Anyway,
to drink it and love it.
so words of wisdom there from little Miss Imogen Singh. And that was a lot.
Yeah,
I feel like we should stop
we can. It's your video, love.
our video,
Yours on your channel.
but I think we can do more.
Okay.
But anyway, no, but it's all about self-love. Yeah, everything that I want to talk about on this channel is about how to protect your space
Yeah.
and how to be in your space and be amazed in your own space. Like that's what I want to get to. I want to get to a point where, because I remember being a kid, I remember being a little kid playing and having these magical moments where it's like I could remember these beautiful golden beaches with pink shelled cliffs. Like the cliffs were pink and glowing like mother of pearl and stuff. And, you know, the amazing water, the dolphins and unicorns. And you're having this amazing time on Earth with all these unicorns and magical beings as it was meant to be.
Yeah.
And I've got this kind of overlay, but then when it gets dark out and it's all dark energy, the overlay sort of like starts to fade a bit and it's like, oh, but that's what we're here for.
As someone who's been a kid very recently, I can tell you that I know this. The difference between being a kid and having that experience versus being an adult and having whatever experience you're having is purely and only the environment that you were raised in, which ultimately leads you to make some choices that maybe aren't the best, but that like don't write off those choices as it was my childhood or my whatever. Because you live your own life and you make your own choices, and you should have some shame, as I always say. But the difference is in what you've been through, which is something that you have to face fully and unconditionally with all the love in your heart and no sense of frick you, which is the hardest thing that anyone can do, but that's how you achieve, I think, being your inner child in this life, because when you can have that full compassion without hate, it's showing full understanding without past experiences influencing how you're going into understanding that experience.
Or it's just all about surrender. Just surrender.
Yeah, but that's what I
Just
mean.
keep surrendering all the time. No, because it is, because the thing is, it adds the positive charge. It takes
yes,
away the
I don't
charge
like
of the
surrender
negative.
because I think there's some things
With
that you can be
grace.
like,
you can, no, I mean, if you need to let off on some idiot, of course, but
Yeah.
like most of the time, if you're having a
Then
backwards and
surrendering is
forwards,
great, yeah.
and you're like, oh, I could say this, but I don't want to, just surrender.
Yeah, just
Everything,
let go
surrender.
of the entire
'Cause it's
attachment.
they want this, the negative energy, the negative polarity, what feeds on that negative
Yeah,
energy.
no, exactly.
So we just need to be like, no,
Mhm.
not today, Satan.
Yeah, no,
whatever.
exactly.
Mm,
Because sometimes you feel a feeling and you have to tell
Well-
yourself, chill the frick out.
it's
I don't
fine.
attach to this at all, which
Not
is
today,
amazing.
Satan.
Not today, Satan.
We'll call this video that. Right, well, I just wanted to hop on. Imogen's here for another week plus. So we will
Yeah.
do a couple of other videos. It's just I prefer the
We
morning.
could put them all together in
She
one thing.
prefers the evening. Yeah, we could do. And she's showing me how to do
iMovie, which is the most simple form of video recording.
how to make the video look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing,
Hell yes.
slightly professional in nature. I like things to be done
Very
right.
professional in your nature.
But also at this time, also don't give a shit.
Do y'all know how much this woman
Mm,
talks bad about herself?
as we all do.
No, we shouldn't.
I know. Anyway,
Bye.
see you later. Much love. Keep going. We're going to get there at some
Keep
point.
slaying it away.
We're getting there at some point.
We're
See
getting
ya.
no. We are there now. We have
Yeah.
been here.
We just have to
It's
see it.
fine. Chill the frick out.
We need the
take a
eyes
deep
to
breath,
see and the ears to hear.
and take a deep breath.
See ya. I'm still going to have to go and meeting for all.